pleasant evening to you all and welcome to a brand new episode of the Fix It Show. It's quite promising this time around. We'll be talking on sex education. It is no new thing in our society today that before our teenagers escape teenagehood, it's neither they are having unwanted pregnancy or a case of abuse. Permit me to introduce my guest to you for the night, Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Benue State on Agriculture, Honorable Mrs. Zanaria Bridget Gill. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
So nice to have you here. Oh, before I forget, you are looking good, like fabulous. Okay, ma'am, so in a broader scale, we are looking at sex education for tonight. But let's beat it down a little. At what age do you think our children should start receiving sex education?
Thank you for that question.
Welcome, ma'am.
Sex education is defined as teaching and learning of the topic relating to sex and sexuality. It is very important to the society and the family. And I think sex education should be introduced at the age of 2 to 3 and more. And at this age, the child is being taught the way to follow. The child at 2 is able to understand the language, is able to hear. At this stage, the child is able to tell where the nose is. And the parent says, show me your eyes, and she's able to tell. How about your private part? She's able to tell.
So, ma'am, let me know. Should I take you back a little? You are a mother of how many?
I'm a mother of 5.
5.
4 girls and a boy.
Wow. Okay, ma'am, so have you had an opportunity to handle teenagers in your life before?
Yes. I've taught in so many schools, and in JSS3 we have this topic, puberty in home economies. Okay. At this stage, you find out that these children don't know anything. Most of them are not taught at home. They are just coming up, and because most of them don't know what puberty actually is, most of them focus their attention on why others feel shy. They are confused. That topic makes them in a different, they feel themselves in a different world. And at this stage, most of them when I teach, they become excited about the whole matter. And I discovered that most of them, after the lesson, they come back to meet me after lesson, crying and running that maybe their cousin or their uncle has slept with them or have molested them or one thing or the other. And I discovered that if I should get back to the parents, that would become another issue. So what I did was I followed up on that particular child and make sure she grows and stands firm. How?
Okay, how do you do it?
Yes. I said, when you go back home, call that person and talk sense into him. Tell him you are no longer interested. And if that person comes back to molest you or to do such a thing, refuse and stand your ground. Tell the person that your teacher says no, you have discussed with me. And many times when they come back to school, they are happy to see Mrs. Gill. Say, Auntie, I want to talk to you. This was the result of what we discussed. And they are, such a person becomes,
Okay, it's more like they are taking a bottle of fearless.
Yes.
So they are good to go.
Exactly.
Okay, ma'am, that's really nice. Okay, ma'am, so in a school setting, I don't think what you teach the children at school is same as what you teach your children at home. So perhaps you could be more specific on how you carry out your teaching in school with the children, that they find it so comfortable that they can come back later and open up to you and tell you a couple of issues?
It's something as showing them love. Once you talk to them, the manner you talk to them, when you don't shout, when you are not mean, even the girls in schools, many a times they pick my bag and put it on my desk, and they say, "Auntie, anything for the girls?" And sometimes you see I give them, some coins, and they are happy. Anytime they have problem, they come to me. And my children, even in the home, we should allow our children to be laying on our beds. They should be there. I enter my guest room and we gist on the bed. Sometimes I forget and we spend the whole night there. And sometimes I allow them, to come into my room when I'm dressing up. Help me zip up. Am I looking good? Am I okay? All of that. And they do same to themselves. Sometimes, many times you must have someone to share, your burden, to pour out your burden. And if your child is not finding you available all the times, to talk to cry with, to receive advice, then where else you expect such a child to fall? Same to the boys, And once they reach adolescent stage, you find it very difficult to retrieve that love. You will never get them once they find somebody out there to talk to, who will give them the right advice. It means the parents are lost. You have already lost that child.
Okay, whether the advice is right or wrong, but once they have gotten someone out there,
once the base was not set properly.
Okay, so from all you have said here, it's more like the whole work is on the parents.
Yes.
They have to do everything, almost everything concerning sex education. Okay, ma'am, so let's look at it in this angle. What if the parents fail to teach? This one is a mother who feels that, okay, you are telling my child about sex education, she will hear it and get spoiled. They look at the sex education as what will make the child have a bad knowledge, instead of, okay, now perhaps they don't have an understanding that that's what's going to help the child. Let's take, for instance, a family which teach a child to read the Bible study, and all of these things. They can dissect scriptures for you. But then when it comes to these minor issues, we look at them very minor in the society today. Then you don't get to talk about them. The child wakes up bedwetting, sexual desires are there, have to satisfy it on the internet with pornography and all of those. What would you say to that kind of parent? Do you think such a thing has effect on the society and the household, or it's just okay?
It does. It does, and it is very terrible. Terrible to the family, terrible to the society. And you see, now we have this issue of rape, we have this issue of, how do you call it, kidnapping. One, you have a bad name as a parent. Secondly, no other child will want, or other parent will want their child to associate with such family. And the society at large will not accept such a child, because already the child is corrupt. And the child himself will not be able to associate with good companies. And you see the child being withdrawn from every aspect of life. And it is very important that the parents should put more efforts in training these children. And then the school should also introduce sex education in schools, create a counseling department, introduce workshop, and then to the teachers, it's very important that we should put away shyness. We should make sure that these children are responsibilities, to put in our best, to teach them the importance of sex education, so that they would grow and be able to teach generation upon generation. If we receive these children as our own personal, biological children, train them. I finished from Queen of the Roses Secondary School, and one of my principal will spoon feed the children. Sister Jo does that. Mrs. Omdaka Patricia did it, and we saw it. They will call you to the office and talk to you and embrace you. And the other aspect is for us to show love to our children. If we keep telling our children, baby, I love you, even when they call on phone, you say, at the end of the conversation, you say, I love you, my baby.
Oh my God.
And at the end of the day, if any person out there writes a letter or calls you on the phone and say, I love you, baby, it doesn't mean anything to you.
No, it's something my mom tells me every day, and it's no new thing.
Exactly.
Oh my God. These things, they go a long way,
Yes.
but we always ignore them. Now, we don't really take them into consideration.
And then the government himself should also make efforts in tabling down workshops for parents to attend this workshop and have that understanding so that they can give it out. You can't give out what you don't have, except you have, and then you are able to give to the society. And I also wanted to point out that as an SSA to the governor, I see my first lady, Mrs. Ines Ortom, doing the best. She has put in the best to work on a girl child. She has been here and there trying to put workshop on ground, and I also encourage other SSA, if you are up to, in your own local governments, in your own constituency, have something to do. Put something in a child. Train up a child.
I'm glad to hear that the governor of the state, the wife to the governor of the state, is actually doing that. Little did I know. I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
Okay, if in case you're an SSA, so if in case you get to meet her, tell her,
Sure.
Someone here,
Sure.
an admirer, is so happy about her work. Okay, Ma, so far we have talked about teachers and parents. What about a child who doesn't have the attention of a teacher and the parent as well? In school is not receiving sex education, at home is not receiving sex education as well. What will happen to such a child?
I think they should always get along with people in the society that are higher and more learned than them. They should have that urge, and they should make more efforts in getting close to them. It doesn't matter whether it's your classmate. Go close to him. Ask him, is there anything I can do? Is there anything I can grow in life? And then we also have religious leaders. They are there. If you go to them, they will guide you and tell you what to do. And then we also have literatures, Christian literatures. We have every woman, and so on and so forth. And then we also have GAFA television available here. Make efforts and keep watching GAFA, and you get the best out of this.
We have discussed a lot today, but even if you forget everything, do not forget this. For the parents, learn to tell your children on a daily basis you love them. It goes a long way. Learn to pet them, give them a hug. They are yours. And to the teachers, embrace them like your own children. Give them the love and care they deserve. To a child out there who has no one to teach, learn to look up to people who can actually help you. I remain Anne Ukonyi, your host on the Fix It Show.